What's up guys, Matt from footballboots.co.uk. Now 2016 has been a smash year for the black and orange team and also football in general. So we're going to be running through my own top 10 personal picks of football boots released this year. So to start us off at number 10, what other boot can we go for other than my own personal pair of boots that I've been wearing for the last 6 months or so? It's the Nike Hard Venom finish with its reintroduced honeycomb upper. It is one of my favourite boots I've ever worn. I really do love the honeycomb upper of it. I wasn't a fan when the finish first came out because the upper was just too stiff for me, that Nike skin. But in this Spark Brilliance pack, this Vault colourway, Nike obviously opted to go back to that original upper and it produced some great things. So what makes this boot so perfect for me? Well, of course it is that very grippy upper, which is very flexible as well. So you get some really nice feedback when you strike the ball and also some nice ball manipulation, but it's also very comfortable. So it's actually a little bit of a shame that the Hard Venom finish is coming to an end, because after Christmas and into the new year, Nike will be releasing their 3rd generation Hard Venom, and it seems like it's not going to be a finish. There will be a standard Phantom 3 and also a Phantom 3 low. So that's going to be the variation. There won't be a finish. It's more likely going to be a low cut Phantom, which could be a great thing because I do like Nike's flying it, but I don't like the mid cut collar, so it might be the best of both worlds. So putting down my own personal boot and talking about something a little bit more special, Adidas obviously released their Porsche Design X, which is a very classic looking boot which took inspiration from Porsche's 911 car and Adidas's Copa Mundial. So the Porsche Design X really was a classy boot, constructed entirely from a very premium and soft K-leather upper, which was quite nice and padded throughout the boot, so you're going to get some of the best flexibility and comfort on the entire market. Obviously it was a limited edition release, there were only 1,500 pairs made. Unfortunately we weren't able to get a pair here at Football Boots, but it's obviously a pair of boots that I really like and one that I do wish that I can get my hands on. One of the more unique things about the Porsche Design X was that Jose Mourinho was actually seen wearing the boots in training when he was coaching Manchester United. So obviously they weren't a boot that were worn by players or any that we know of. If you do know of any, let us know if you did see anyone wearing the Adidas Porsche Design X, but we've only seen Jose Mourinho wearing the boot. So obviously he likes the very classic feels. It had that very traditional colourway of entirely black with a little bit of bronze on the heel cup. Overall, a lovely looking boot and one that is going to be incredibly comfortable. Down to number 8, and it's a pair of boots that we actually have on our shelf. It's the Speed of Light Pure Chaos. Now this Adidas X16 Plus Pure Chaos is my favourite one so far. There's been some other nice colourways. Obviously they've just released the Red Limit, which was red going into black, but I actually prefer this all over soda red colourway. So there's no doubt that a standout feature of the Pure Chaos is that it's chrome metallic sole plate, which really does look top level, but really only when they're brand new. These boots here are still brand new and I kind of want to keep them in that condition because the sole plate does start to flake, which doesn't give it a nicer look compared to how they are when they're like this condition. So apart from the stunning sole plate, what else is going on with the Pure Chaos boot overall? Well, of course it has that pure cut lace cover, which means that you can cover the laces. One thing that I like to do myself is tie the laces up and just keep them at the top of the boot. I just find that tucking them in just is a little bit too tight because that pure cut cover really does push against your foot, so the knot of the laces you can feel on your midfoot, so I'd actually just leave them exposed. But the upper itself is incredibly soft, very flexible, and it does have a slight kind of grip to it, a little bit like my finished boots. That's one of the reasons I like them so much, and another reason why I like these Pure Chaos so much as well. So putting down the Solar Red Pure Chaos and talking about something a little bit more traditional in terms of looks, but certainly not in terms of performance. We're going to be talking about the Pitch Dark Superfly Fire. Now we've got the launch edition here, and you can see that has that half and half design of the red and the pink, something that I wasn't a fan of. So the best thing about the Pitch Dark Back Superfly 5 is that it was entirely black, so it didn't have the half and half design, and the only colours you could see were a little bit of pink bordering for the Nike swooshes and also Mercurial text. So alongside the really lovely colourway of all black with a little bit of pink, the Superfly 5 is in my list because it really did push the boundaries of modern day boot technology. One of my favourite things about the Superfly 4 and other Superfly models was the carbon fibre sole plate. So when I heard that it wasn't going to be carbon fibre on the Superfly 5, I was a little bit disappointed, but when these boots came in, trust me, this new nylon chassis, which is layered and it's also contoured, take things to whole new levels. So when you actually do try on these Superfly 5 boots for the first time ever, you really can feel that your foot actually merges with that sole plate in a much more natural way to compare to other boots, which are just more of a flat platform. The Superfly 5 really does work with your foot, which is why it is contoured. Now alongside that sole plate being contoured, the sole plate, the stud configuration of those chevron shaped studs really does offer you the best traction I've ever played in of any football boot. You really can twist and turn at fast pace and also get some really nice acceleration and braking. Now, one of my favourite releases of the 2016-17 season so far is Nike's Neymar x Jordan Hypervenom. It really is a standout boot. I love the white colourway. It's got a little bit of red touches and also some speckling detailing, which makes it look like a Jordan basketball trainer, and it is one of the best looking boots I've seen this 2016 year. So there's no doubt that Neymar is Nike's poster boy of right now in the football world, and also Michael Jordan was their main icon for basketball throughout the 90s. They really are the two of Nike's biggest sporting players of all time, and I love the way they came together and combined to create this Hypervenom boot, which is white red speckling. Favourite detail of the boots is that they have Neymar's number 11 shirt number on the back of one heel and also Michael Jordan's 23 on the other heel. So it really does a great job of combining both sports stars to create a gorgeous looking football boot. So getting into number 5, moving away from Nike and bringing in the 3 stripes with Adidas again, let's talk about their Spacecraft Pure Control and Pure Chaos. Both the boots in the Spacecraft pack are just too good looking to decide which one I prefer, so I'm putting in both the Pure Control and Pure Chaos boots in there because I love the gold colourway. My love for gold colourway started in 2006 where Zinedine Zidane, my favourite player ever, wore those golden Predator Absolutes, and since then I've always had a soft spot for gold boots. There was the Ronaldinho Doors, which are all gold, I love them, the Neymar Golden Dreams, but these Spacecraft Gold Pure Control and Pure Chaos are right up there. Entirely gold, kind of a metallic kind of colour going away across both the uppers, and then some black touches for the collar kind of region. Really lovely looking boots and one of the special additions from Adidas in the recent months. So just missing out on our top 3, but sticking with Adidas, we've got the Adidas A17 Plus Pure Control. Now we've got the Pro version, which doesn't have that compression tongue going down the middle, so you can see the likes of Pogba and also Ozil and Dele Alli wearing this kind of model. But my actually personal pick would be the one that is actually for retail at the moment with that compression tongue, just like on the launch Pure Control boot with that kind of knitted material, that prime knit, which creates that sock-like fit throughout the boot. One of my favourite boots so far this season because it does have that boost technology going all within the sole plate and also on the sock liner, and you really can feel some underfoot cushioning, which makes it kind of sensational walking on clouds. So apart from the 17 Plus Pure Control having some great technologies, I also love the Red Limit colourway. It obviously reminds me of the older Predator boots. I'm 25 years old, so when I was about a teenager, the Predator was the absolute boot to have. If it was the Pulse or the Mania, the Power Swerves, the Absolutes, there were so many nice Predators, and this original colourway of black, red and white essentially really was one of my favourites, and I had so many pairs when I was younger. So this Red Limit Pack 17 Plus Pure Control definitely have a soft spot for this boot. I've always been a bit of a boot enthusiast, and when I saw the V106 came out originally, I knew it was one of the most modern day football boots on the market with that canvas upper, so I had to have them, and I did. Now alongside the red colourway, which was canvas, I also had 2 pairs of leather variation. The first one was the all black with a little bit of red, and then the second pair which is all black with a little bit of silver. Now one of the problems with the original V106 was the durability. Sole separation happened maybe in about 2 months, which is really short, but they were very comfortable and very lightweight. I love the boot. Now earlier this year Puma re-released them as the V106, but obviously we're back in 2016, so it's almost like a 10-year anniversary of the boot because it really was that good, and a boot which I'd love to have in our collection. So just missing out on my top spot and coming in at number 2, we've spoken about the 17 Plus Pure Control, but how about the 16 Plus Pure Control in this lovely black colourway with some really nice metallic detailing across the upper, kind of like a star effect, and it's all about that sole plate. It's got that iridescent effect going on that entire sole plate, and it really does look premium. There's a reason why these are still brand new, and that's because it does flake off like we spoke about on the Pure Chaos. So these are going to stay pretty much in their box the whole time unless we do a video like this. So apart from this stunning colourway of black, a little bit of solar green and also some flashes of pink and of course that sole plate, the Pure Control boot released back in early 2016 really did push the boundaries again of modern day technology because it doesn't feature any laces whatsoever. Now alongside these Pure Control boots looking really good and they're also pushing the modern day technologies, when I actually wore the boots and took them out for a test, they were one of the best testing sessions I've ever had in terms of ball striking. You really do feel like you get an enhanced striking area because the boots don't feature any laces, and that medial side panel just does feel a little bit enlarged. So when striking the ball with power, you really get some really nice effects with them, and it's obviously a boot which comes in at number 2, so just missing out on my top pick of 2016. So I've always had a soft spot for heritage themed boots. Throughout my career I've worn a lot of Pantofolo boots, especially the Lazzarini. It really does feel like a leather vapour for me, but the Diadora Brazil Italy OG really do take high level and luxury craftsmanship and construction to all new levels. The boot itself is constructed entirely from the most premium grade of kangaroo leather, so it gives a very soft and comfortable feel, but also looks incredibly classic. So there's been 3 colourways of the Brazil Italy OG so far: the black white colourway, the white blue, and also the newest colourway which is entirely blackout. My personal pick would be the black white because it looks very traditional, and some of my favourite touches is the Diadora logo itself is made from K-leather, which is very rare for a football boot. There's also some Brazil stitching underneath, an Italian flag just at the end of it, and also turning the boot around and looking at the heel, and it's the year 1984 just to symbolise when the boot was originally released. So guys, that wraps up my own personal picks of the best football boots of 2016. I hope it's given you a little bit of a better insight into what kind of boots I like. Thanks for watching the video, and also these Blakes and Ians to come. So maybe have a couple of guesses of what kind of boots are going to appear in their video in the comment section below. Thanks for watching. Cheers.